Hello everyone, welcome back. In this video, we'll be learning about modular coding inside Python. Again, it's a super important concept because going forward, whenever you will be implementing any kinds of real world product, you will be following this particular modular coding approach. Okay. So inside modular coding, what we do, we just create lots of files and folder, and we write the code in a different files and folder, and we just try to connect all the file with each other. So here we usually, let's say, keep a different file for different functionality, and whenever we need it, actually we'll be just calling that particular functionality from that file itself. Okay, this is the idea. So again, let me show you the practical example, then I think this part will be clear. So let's say here I'll be creating a folder. Let's say the folder name is let's say ATM machine main. Let's say this is my folder name. So here I'm going to use the same code. I think you remember we created one ATM machine functionality. So I'll be using that particular example, and here I'm going to show you the modular coding, okay, how it can be done. So let's say you have created one folder called ATM machine main. That means inside this folder, my main, let's say, ATM machine code would be available. See, whenever you are creating any kinds of software product, you always need to follow this folder structure. That means, let's say this is my ATM machine main. That means inside ATM machine main, I'll be keeping all of my let's say necessary implementation. That means my root class implementation, I'll be keeping it here. So let me show you one example. Let's say PyTorch GitHub. See, all the real world project implementation will follow this structure only. See, they also created one folder called Torch. Okay, inside Torch, they have kept actually all the main functionality, like what are the functionality they usually provides. Okay, from this particular package itself. This is the idea. So here we are creating, let's say, ATM machine. Okay, ATM machine application. So all the ATM machine, that means my main code implementation I'll be keeping here. That means whatever functionality my ATM machine provides, I'll be keeping it here. Okay, now inside that, see, if you check this Torch folder, so inside Torch folder they created one file called _init_dot_py. Let me show you. See, this file actually they created, and this is called constructor file. I think you know the constructor, right? Inside a class we also write def_init_dot_py, right? Then self we write. But if you are creating a folder, okay, if you are creating a folder, and if you want to perform the modular coding, and if you want to create a file inside that, and you want to write the code, so you have to create this particular file. Okay, it is recommended. So the file name is init, okay, __dot_py. Okay, this is the file. This is the constructor file. Okay, so what this file will do, it will tell you this is a folder, and this folder contains some code functionality. So let's say if I want to import later on, I can easily do it. Okay, now see, here I'm going to create a, let's say, file called, let's say, ATM_main.py. okay, now inside that I'm going to paste all of my ATM related code. Now I think you remember we created this class. I'll copy, and here I'm going to paste it. Okay, so this is the functionality we created. This is the class we created, okay, for our ATM machine. Now see, I kept all of the main functionality related my ATM machine. Okay, I kept here. Okay, all the implementation I kept here. Now let's see if I want to use that. Okay, now if I want to use all the functionality one by one, what I will do, I'll create a main file outside of the folder. Well, let's say main.py. Okay, main.py I have created. Now if I want to use the ATM, okay, if I want to use the ATM functionality, first of all I have to import this class. Okay, I have to import this class, then I can access all the method. So here what I will do, I'll just try to import first of all. So you need to write from. Okay, from, it is present in which folder? It is present inside ATM machine folder. So you just need to write ATM machine main. Okay, now inside ATM machine main, in which file it is present? It is present ATM machine main.py. Okay, so here you have to write ATM main. Okay, this particular file name. Now which class you want to import? You want to import ATM class. Okay, so you just need to write import ATM. That's it. Okay, that's it. Now see, if I just do a print statement, if I just write okay, now let's see if I execute the program, it will work fine. There won't be any kinds of error. Let's say I'll take command prompt, and now let's see if I just write python main.py. See, it's working fine. Okay, that means there is no error. It is able to successfully import this library. Okay, now let's say I want to first of all access let's say create pin. Okay, I want to do the create pin operation. First of all, you have to initialize the object because it's a class, right? It's a class, and you have to initialize the object of the class. So I'll just write, let's say ATM is equal to my ATM. Okay, now I'll just call ATM dot create pin. Fine. Now see if I execute the program right now. So it is asking for the pin, let's say 1 2 3. Now it is asking for the balance, let's say 2000 rupees. Now see, pin created successfully. Now let's say you want to check the balance. What you can do, you can call the check balance function as well, this method as well. Now if I again execute the code, so it is first of all creating the pin. Let's say 1 2 3, give the balance to 1000 rupees. Now pin created. Now it is telling check the balance. Now let's say 1 2 3. Now see, your balance is 2000 rupees. Okay, that's how actually you can use all the functionality. The functionality actually you have written in the ATM machine main. Okay, this particular folder. Now what is happening actually? You are creating separate module. Okay, you are creating separate module of the project. Like I showed you now, this Kera's PyTorch implementation. Okay, so they also kept different module. Like inside Torch, what are the functionality they can perform? They can perform, these are the functionality. Okay, so likewise, if you are adding more functionality inside ATM machine later on, okay, let's say you are creating another functionality. Let's say the functionality name is or let's say database connection. I can write db.py. Okay, now inside that, let's say you have written another class database, and inside that, let's say you have one method def connection, and let's say I'll as of now print the message connection successful. Let's say this is the message I have given. Now let's say you want to connect with your database. What you will do? So you will come in the main file. See, I'm in the main file. Now you have to import this particular database connection first of all. And how to import? Again, just write from ATM machine main. Okay, ATM machine main. And inside ATM machine main, in which folder actually it is, and inside ATM machine main, in which file it is available? It is available inside DB file. Just call DB. Then import. What? Import actually, if you open the DB database. Okay, I need to open the database. I'll import the database. Okay. Now again, I will be creating another object. Let's say DB is equal to my database. Okay, database class object. Now let's say before creating the pin, I want to connect with my database. So I'll just write DB dot connection. Now see what will happen before launching. Now see, before actually accessing my ATM, first of all, it will connect to the database. Now see, if I execute the program, see, the connection successful. Now you can give the pin. Okay, you can add the balance. You can also check the balance 1 2 3. Got it? I hope it is clear. This is called actually modular programming. Okay, this is called actually modular coding inside Python. That means instead of writing everything in one file, okay, you are creating a different files and folder, and you are creating one endpoint. Okay, main.py is my endpoint, and from the endpoint itself, I'm running my application. Whatever functionality I need, I will import it and I will be using it. So that's why sometimes actually you saw whenever I imported any kinds of library, I was using the from statement. Okay, from the, let's say, a folder name, then file name, then the class name. Okay, then I was using that particular functionality. Okay, I think you remember. So in future, we'll be doing lots of real world project implementation. There I'll be using this modular coding approach, and this part would be more clear there. And this was the basic structure of the modular coding. That's why I showed you the fundamental concept. And if you're able to understand this, definitely you can also follow the modular coding approach, okay, in your implementation. This is the idea. And you can also create some more folders. Okay, it's not about only you can create only one folder. You can also create multiple folder. Okay, like the PyTorch implementation did. Okay, they have created multiple folder. Inside that you can create multiple files. Okay, multiple Python files. And inside a folder also you can create another folder. Okay, it is also possible. And inside that you can create your main code file. Okay, again, this is your actually design principle. So whenever you are designing the folder of your software, whenever let's say you are defining the structure of your project, that time you have to decide how many folders and file you will be creating, okay, to manage your entire code. This is called actually code management at the end. Okay, so I'll show this inside my project implementation. Whenever I will be doing the modular coding project implementation and all, there actually I will tell you how we can create the project folder structure and how we can how we can actually decide, okay, how many folders you need, how many files you need. We'll be discussing each and everything. So yes, guys, this is all. I hope you liked it. Thank you so much. Hi guys, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to discuss another very important topic inside modular coding. So let me just write the topic name here. So I'm going to create a file called readme.md. So it's a markdown file. If you want to keep anything, let's say information related to your project, you can keep this everything inside this particular file. Okay, readme.md. And whenever you will be using Git and GitHub, okay, so there actually you need this file, because with the help of Git and GitHub, it will render. Okay, it will render to the GitHub. So let's say I showed you one GitHub here, I think you remember. So if I go to the project, So this GitHub is also having readme.md file. So let me show you. See, readme.md file is available. Okay, with the help of that, they are rendering this actually information, like whatever information they have written inside readme.md, everything is rendering here, okay, in the GitHub, so that other people can come here and they can read about your project. Okay, what is the project you implemented, how to install it, how they can use it. Okay, every information it will kept. So that's also whenever you are creating your project, you just need to create this readme.md file, and all the information you have to keep here. So as of now, I'm going to only paste the topic actually I'm going to discuss here. See, the topic actually I'm going to discuss, this is the topic. Okay, inside Python actually we are having this statement, if underscore name is equal to underscore main. Okay, so what is the use of this particular, let's say, statement inside like modular coding? So here I've written the if underscore name is equal to underscore main. It's a common pattern used in Python script to determine whether the script is being run directly or it's being imported as a module into the another script. Okay, that means I think remember inside main.py we imported some of the functionality, okay, from my another file. That means some module actually we imported. That means here we are using different script, okay, different script of the code, and here we are trying to use it. I hope you cleared. Okay, now instead of calling them directly, see here I'm calling them directly, this particular function I'm calling them directly. So what you can do, you can write this particular statement. So before so after initializing all the class, what you have to do, you have to write this statement, if underscore name is equal to underscore okay, main, this particular statement, and inside that you have to call the function. Okay, inside that you have to call the function. Okay, now any of the programmer can get to know the method you are using. Okay, the method that you're using, it is imported from any other module, it is imported from any other script. Okay, this is the idea. And you are separating out some of the code snippet. Let's say this is my initialization code, this is my object initialization code. So here I'm initializing the object of my class, and inside that actually I'm calling all the methods, okay, one by one. Now see, if I execute the program, it will work fine. I'll just run main.py. See, first of all, connection successful. Okay, then it is asking for create min. I'll create the min, give the balance, let's say 2000 rupees. Then check the balance, 1 2 3. See, balance is 2000 rupees. Fine, I think you got it. What is the use of this this particular statement inside modular coding? And going forward, whatever implementation you will see, like real world implementation you will see, people are using this particular statement, okay, in their code as well. So that's why I showed you, because if you are seeing for the first time, definitely will get surprised. And now I think you got it. Okay, what is the use of it? So going forward, we'll be using this particular statement in our code, and whatever, let's say, function calling or whatever function initialization actually we're doing, everything will be writing inside that only. Okay, this is the idea. So yes, this was a quick topic. I just wanted to let you know. I hope you liked it. So in the next video, we'll be implementing one OOP project. Okay, thank you so much.